I would like to quote Donald Trump. Well, I think if I'm a few short and I have, 1,200, or if I have 1,100 and somebody else is at 3 or 4 or 500, which is very likely going to be the case, and if I'm a little bit short, and one of the reasons was we had so many candidates. I mean, we started off with 17 candidates, and it came down to, finally it's down to 3, frankly. But, there are so many candidates, so it's very hard to get over that number. It's very unfair in a way. But because of that fact, that there's so many candidates and so many candidates are grabbing delegates, now here's what I say because, and now they're out, and now they're out. So I think I will get over that number. I think I may get over that number fairly easily. Do we remember what Ted Cruz said the other day about Kasich? And what he's been saying for weeks about Rubio? Are you taking notes, Ted? Because Trump understands that, and you don't. Do you want this guy, Cruz? Do you want Cruz making tactical decisions? He can't even figure out a prisoner's dilemma. Okay, he'll be challenging Putin to an arm wrestling contest. No, Dmitry and Sergei need to stay home. This is mano a mano, and there's no 2 out of 3 bullshit either. One fight and winner gets Iran. This guy should not be running for president. He should be enrolling in a course in introductory game theory. And the link goes to a Dead Kennedy song, but we don't need that here for this particular point in time. This isn't, I don't need a math degree to figure this out. The fact that he can't figure it out is indicative of a lack of intelligence. And that's what he's expressing here over and over again. He wants this macho, let's take him on, I'll be tough. It's brawn over brains. That's what the Dead Kennedy song is about. Well, it's actually not what the Dead Kennedy song is about, but that's what I'm saying. This really reflects badly on Cruz's ability to analyze the situation. I know that all the focus is on Trump being scary, but the situation really, if you needed further demonstration, I mean, all of the circus around Trump is hiding the fact that we're used to dumb Republicans, and the fact that Cruz is one of the dumbest. He's the dumbest of the dumb. And everything that's come up so far is just really stressing the lack of reasoning abilities, and just how bad of an idea it is to let this guy be making decisions. That's really, I don't think we really need to analyze Trump any further, and there's so much information on Clinton, but the takeaway on this, everybody should drop out so that I can take, look at the polls, Ted. He'll destroy you. Why, again, I've been over this. It's rooted on this idea that people don't vote based on ideas. They vote based on what they're told to do, right? Which goes back to what I'm talking about with the polling as well. It's this idea that we don't really live in a democracy. We live in a system where the media creates voting patterns. And the entire campaign that he's running is based on the idea that the bank can that if it came down to the bank guy versus the other guy, that the bank guy will be able to generate enough resources. Are you not watching the Democratic primary? Are you not paying attention? Are Republicans supposed to be more it's just on his behalf. It indicates foolishness, and more than anything else, what it indicates on like what it says about Ted Cruz it demonstrates that there's a lack of education. It really demonstrates that Ted Cruz is an uneducated person. That's what it really comes down to with that. Okay, I know that not everybody studies game theory, but that's what I'm saying is that you don't need, you don't need a lot of background here. It's just the basic introductory part of it. Anybody who is an educated person should have been able to see that. It didn't require a math degree. It's quite obvious. Trump could figure it out, right? But what it says about the establishment is that his handlers are very much lost in a theory, um, and they're not seeing things as they are. That's the problem that the banks had this whole time. Okay, they keep thinking that they just they're testing the waters. They're seeing which one is the one that's going to get the biggest response, and then they're certain that as soon as they figure that out, that the advertising will and people will do what they're told, right? Again, they're not. That's what this election is about. This election is about people not doing what they're told. So it's a broader systems collapse. It's not clear that they're going to figure it out before November, but remember, there is a plan F.